information, actually getting 2 frags from it. The best thing about that is they didn't actually exchange any frags away. Got back, fell back to a very passive position there. Flamey at the back of B somehow finds 2 frags. Difficult position to do it from, and that's a really nice start from NaVi. Let's see the buy coming back in from LG. We've got Tech9's Deagle's armor coming into. They are going to be forcing NaVi with the majority rifle buy as well. They have got Seasoned Zeus with UMPs and Tech9, so an MP9, sorry, but it looks like a B rush coming in, potentially from the Brazilian side. They make the way to lower B.
This is interesting though, because he's pushed so far up. If he goes down, they'll not only pick up the SMG, but there's 1 player left on B only. They had a man push toward long who may have been able to detect, at least by use of utility, 2 players, I think, at A. He may not know the 3rd one's there. If they did, that would have been a very good opportunity to push in onto the B site. But again, not knowing it, they've slowed it down, and since the defense has divided 2 on either side, as we sit with 4 men remaining for each team. Zeus, he'll go back up toward B, gonna try and use this SMG when they push onto the choke points at the site rather than in mid and play further away from his teammate. Again, they've already got 1 SMG, no need to risk these guns, and it's actually gonna be Catwalk where they look to press. Guardian, the rifle, great opportunity for him to absolutely win the duel from long range, and no utility right now aside from flashbangs from Luminosity, so he just has to avoid them. It's not like they can use smoke to try and get closer on quad. The first one actually does catch him. They've gone for the drop, steals down below, but Guardian able to catch out. Fur gets bolts as well, but Cold, we saw how good he was against Cloud9 on this map in the group stages. He manages to pick up a 2nd kill, which evens this and gives them the bomb site. So bomb going down, and 2 guns picked up, and armor on both players. Only 1 kit in the hands of Flamey. This is a great opportunity, and Cold Zero's gonna do even more than that. He takes down Zeus. That's with the Tech9, and they may just get away with this. Steal finds Flamey, and it is gonna be the eco win for Lumi.
Really fantastic round there from Luminosity. Going for that Tech9 and armor buy. Sees into lower B there with the MP9. I'm not sure that's the best decision. When they don't get the bomb down, you can almost assume they're gonna be buying the Tech9s and armor there. Put himself in a 50-50 situation. Normally a 1 and done there, and he goes taken down, brings it to the 4-on-4. Great picks here made from the Brazilian side. It was actually a really nice split from them. Dropping down into CT spawn, splitting the bomb site, pinstering it. Guardian only to pick up 1 there. Looks like they will be almost force buying this themselves. They're going to have seized on the scout, interesting enough. The rest of the guys on Desert Eagle, Flamey goes down to 4 HP, but this should be a round where Luminosity can just play it nice and slow, work the picks, but there it is. Guardian does open it up, takes down the bomb as well towards the top and middle. This allows NaVi to fall back to the bomb sites and make the terrorists make the next move.
And look how low Flamey is, 4 HP, and seized. He actually got hit through the door with the scout. That was very close to being a headshot from Fall, and he just spotted him above the top of the smoke, but not able to connect. And in turn, with those 2 players being in very narrow positions, they still have the man advantage just on that pick from Cold alone.
Here we go then. Sees at the back of B, needs to make something happen here. Does actually manage to attack Fall and takes him down as well. The rest of the guys are going to commit to the push in towards B. Sees now an opportunity to go huge here. Manages to take down Steel as well. Can he get the last 2?
Such a linear perspective. All he has to do is just do damage in that case, and he goes even further than that, getting those 2 kills, but they don't follow it up. That's where Flamey has to come in and take down the low HP players. Bolt is left with 6, and now they're inside the site again. Disadvantaged, mind you, down a man. And we might have back-to-back situations where the team with better equipment is not going to come away with the round. Zeus is going to get in position on tunnels very quickly, and that bomb, although thrown across, is only getting planted. Now they've managed to flash in. Fur can't even do anything for his teammate. Bolt sitting as a sitting duck, essentially, and Guardian closes it.
Unbelievable scenes there. The scout prevailing towards the back of B. The first man falling, getting taken out. I think that's almost a signal to actually fall back from the bomb site there. You don't have to commit. They had about 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Decided to go down at such a narrow choke point. That just means you just have to keep peeking and firing. Didn't really have to do too much aim there. We see the replay on the screen right now. There's the first kill. That, for me, would be the indicator. Let's fall back. We've actually got time here to play with. But the round has slipped away from them. Guardian with the audacious play and 3 Deagle kills for him in that round. Fantastic stuff. No force buy from LG this time. They're actually just using the upgraded pistols, P250s and Deagles. They have got a smoke grenade to play for as well. Looks like they may be setting up for a mid-split. Smoke towards CD spawn perhaps, and then trying to push the issue out there.
This op from Guardian as well, like you say. Over toward that car position, gives a quicker rotation to bring a rifle back toward mid, so they'll have a crossfire set up. Bolts is going to be the first to suffer from it. Now they'll realize Zeus is inside that spawn point. Now, smoking it off, it also indicates that they have to push back. They can't run out in mid in that position. Not with the pistols. Only the 1 Deagle really from long range that could do much at all for them. And jumping over, Guardian, he does actually spot the drop player. Not able to connect the first shot, but he's got the information, so Zeus can turn around and catch the second man. That's Fallen, as Guardian finding Fur as well. That drops bomb on Catwalk, and it's just a matter of time. And only seconds at that for Steel. And it's 3-1 for NaVi.
Finally, the game stabilizes there. We see 2 rounds in a row for NaVi. And we said Guardian with the AWP. This is his home map. He can cause some huge damage here. Look to see him rotating all over the place. Normally plays towards the A-bomb site, but gets boosted up, can go towards B. He will just be trying to cause chaos wherever he can. An interesting buy coming in from LG. You'd assume they would have gone for another eco here, considering the buy. Falling on the Scout, Cold Zero over Tech 9 and further the Galil. They haven't really got much to work with. What can they do with this round? Let's see the approach here from NaVi. Looks like they're sending 2 players towards long. Maybe a long retake coming in here from LG. They have 3 players situated out there. Just seeing if they're going to have any aggression presented to them from the CT so far, but not a lot going on at the moment.
We'll see if the AWP from Guardian can find the opening picks again as this force buy from Luminosity looks poised to try and take some more map control. All 5 members up, and 4 of them have already made it past the catwalk mid position. They're at the stairwell at the corner now and getting a lot closer to pushing on to Guardian. And with 2 men out toward the pit, there's not really a support system in play for the drop strategy this time. We've already seen it's likely, and it is going to happen. They're down. He doesn't even know this yet. He's in a huge problem right now. Spots out the Deagle because he can't do anything about it, and he's gone already. No support play. We see in teams like TSM, although obviously not today on dust2, but that's where Zipix is so good about reading that with the second rifle. But if they don't have anyone in that position, it's just completely overwhelming for the man on the ramp. Field follows it up, takes down Seas. Zeus, he'll push up from long, find Cold in the corner. He's actually going to make this doable as he takes down Fur as well in the second headshot. Brings it back to an advantage for NaVi, but the time is ticking and ticking faster and faster on that bomb. Both players in a great position at catwalk as well. Flamey's going to try and push them out. Molotov to hold them back as well. Get the first man on it, force the issue, but Steel hits Flamey, and now it's down to just Edward who needs to fight forward. Steel, he's going to take all 3. And NaVi, well, they let that round slip away. Lumi's back within 1.
Yeah, I think that's going to set the tone for this game. It's going to be so back and forth there. A little bit disappointing from NaVi, I have to say. Once that smoke goes down towards CT spawn, it's almost a telltale sign that the drop-down strat's coming in. Guardian almost isolated on that A-ramp. Not really much he could do. Had no backup from his teammate towards the pit. Seems like there's too much distraction, not enough communication going on, and it's a disappointing round to see them slip away. They're going to be forced buying back into this. No one showing any sort of backing down as of yet, but Steez, there we go, opens it up with the Scout, makes it to the 5-on-4 situation, and he's answering straight back there. This is really exciting so far.
So we watch for Steel. He's going to wait and see if anyone pushes into the B tunnels. The rest of his team will sit at the top of mid, a man down already, as we've noted. It's the quasi-buys again. I mean, like you're saying, this is so back and forth. It's just the first pick that dictates what goes on in this game. And again, we are going to see a little bit less so on dust2, I will admittedly say, with Luminosity, but we are going to see a lot of tactical play with these 2 teams, so it's not surprising to see them just sitting back at this point in time and trying to establish a read not only on the defense, but take map control right now from the T side.
The problem is for Luminosity, they've actually got no utility to play with apart from Fur's 1 smoke grenade. So to actually get out to a key area, it looks like they will be going for the mid split here. Smoke off CD spawn to try and stay as that little fragging unit. 1 player splitting from B as well.
Zeus is very close to the smoke. Quick pop flash as well. May just push through that. And the crossfire set. Flamey waiting behind the boxes. Steez bolts jumping above. Gets 1 shot at least, but now the trade comes in because, as mentioned, Zeus was there. He takes both. Fur did well to take down Seized in the window beforehand, but it's going to leave Steel in a poor, lonely 1-on-3. Bomb to grab inside mid, and Guardian above the smoke spots him coming.
Yeah, that's the problem for them. They didn't really have much options there. When you haven't got any utility to enter the bomb sites, you can't flush out key positions or the A site. You're almost forced to go out middle. It's obviously the most simple strat you can perform there. Smoke comes down. Here's the first pick in your screen from Steez. Fantastic through the door as well. Amazing scenes there. They went out towards middle. Zeus pushing through the smoke. Crossfire coming in from outside B as well. Absolutely shut them down. And it's such a back and forth affair here. Not a force buy coming in from LG. They will just be upgrading their pistols. 2 smokes to play with. So all players will be outside long for now, waiting for the pre-nades to come in and presumably get a flash over and try and retake that long area, try and gain some positional control here. But the smoke's going to delay them for a bit at least. Surely not going to run through this one.
They actually managed to flash away. Guardian wasn't there initially. Does do good damage on the second shot as well. He takes 2 now. Edward the first on Fur and Fallen, although gets 1 response. He's gone as well. Zeus to get him and Steel with bomb. 1-on-4. Not likely again. So NaVi finally starting to stabilize something with economy. It's not something we've seen so far in this game, oddly enough, but this will benefit them quite significantly.
So obviously all players coming into the long area there. But the reason they have to push through that smoke is they've lost positional control of the entire map. They don't know what's going on. CTs could be pushing them from all angles. So they took the risk. They went for that surprise element towards long. Flashes over, but it's got absolutely destroyed as they came out the doors there. We'll be able to buy up in this one again. But the problem is for them, they keep doing these force buys. It is sort of working out for them, but they're not letting their key player. That picture brings it perfectly. Fallen's not getting the AWP at all. They're relying on these rifle force buys here. It's going to be yet another one here. If NaVi can secure this round, it's going to swing the momentum heavily in their favor.
Well, they're going Gonna double flash that long position. They didn't have an early presence toward it this time. Means that they can get a little more, but what they do have, this is the change in the play. This is perfect. Wow. Zeus, goes down for a brilliant shot to find him in the corner. It seemed absolutely sure that he would even pick up 2 almost on that play. That could dictate a lot right now because Bolt is going to find Edward, and that opens A up entirely. They know they've got 2 on that side of the map. And although they're hunting through the B tunnels, that's spotted as well because Fur, he's all the way back in spawn, sees the player pushing B to get that information, and this should be an absolute indication that they just need to walk on A. In fact, it looks like NaVi's just going to concede already. As they have to be ready for this A push. It's interesting, actually, because they brought that op all the way back to the B side of the site. But if Flamey got a pick, it's very doable. So they are going to bring it back over. Flamey waiting. They're all here. Utility, he'll hear that drop on the connection point. Guardian, if that lands perfect, isn't going to have a chance to spot it. He may hug the wall and try and spot some feet, but it's not possible. It's going to be Flamey to do it. He does get one, but Fur's back into it. Guardian has to push through. Quick shot from him. Takes down Bolts. It's left on to Fur on the side. He spots Guardian's head, but no, it goes the other way. Fur gets the shot. It's a one-on-one. 28 HP as he puts the bomb down, and unfortunately, Cease can't capitalize on him doing so, but he does have the angle. Fur, what a shot! And now it will be Luminosity. And it's 2 rounds apart and money back in the bank.
These force buys just prevailing for them almost every time. We call it being a little bit of an interesting decision, but you can't argue with that. That pick coming in from the start from Guardian. They did the aggressive push up towards middle as well. That positional control from Zeus. You thought he was going to get frags there all day long. Somehow Fur knocked him down, and it's a fantastic round for them. Another buy coming in for the CTs here. They managed to get the scout out once again. Worked for that initial pick for Steez last time. Let's see what he can do with this one. Fur to spot a player towards long. Not going to make anything happen of it. They swap the AWP back over to Fallen. This is the man who's the most deadly with it on their team. So NaVi definitely on the back foot this round. They've got the max 7 on Zeus. Went very aggressive the round before. This time a much more passive setup from them. Cease is looking for the pick with that scout, trying to jump over the smoke there. Does potentially spot a T, but not going to be able to do anything with it just yet.
Down mid they go. They're actually going to try and push through the door quite quickly here. Luminosity, the smoke will delay them a little bit. Seized. Giving up the position, does go back with the scout to try and do damage, but no one's there to receive it. They bring that crossfire into effect, though, so quickly. And although Zeus only has the shotgun, he's in a great position right now on top of the boxes to just drop and very quickly be at those mid doors as soon as the call's made. No committal, meanwhile, though, from Luminosity. As bomb sits on Catwalk, as to 2 other players. The man closest to going for an approach on the A side is Bolt again with the Galil. He's going to get spotted up. That flash, he's blinded, and Zeus absolutely saw him on that drop. They also know that this drop strategy has been probable. The smoke's there, but it might just be for sale here. They might just be trying to fake onto the A site because now they want to walk out mid using it. This is actually quite clever, but Guardian, he spots it coming with the AWP. And again, that rotation point from the shotgun of Zeus, it gets there in the end to catch Fallen, and his teammates have already done so much damage that Steel, this is almost unwinnable. In fact, I would say it's 100% because that bomb is surrounded right now by pretty much every NaVi player.
Well, this is such an important round as well. Both teams struggling. There's so many clutch situations coming into this round. One-on-ones, and it's going to be Steel, the last man. Does manage to take down Steel with Flamey. Will finish him off. Great round for NaVi to win there, and it should stabilize things as Luminosity presumably should be onto Eco here. You can see that money, about $1,400 a piece. Money has been reset, so can't really justify much more than PT50s here. The double AWP setup coming for NaVi. This is where they can get really rolling on here. They're not going to be on scouts and force buys with shotguns and stuff. They can set up a turret on each side of the map, have one towards car, have one in the back of B, and it means they're going to be really strong going forward. Let's see how they approach this round now, as this should be a complete cleanup for them. Like I said, Luminosity not buying much more than 1 Desert Eagle and a PT50, so pretty much a throwaway round here. But we know the damage they can do on Glocks against Fnatic. They actually managed to win the game with them, so can they reproduce some of that magic here?
Smoke out from the terrorist. Molotov goes through it to cancel any push that they may have tried to put through it with a flashbang, but Guardian gets another one in middle. It's Fallen to go down. It's definitely been a one-sided feature matchup in that case, but like you said, just that off, not able to get out. They do push through that smoke. Flamey's there. 1, 2, make it 3. He's out for blood. We're in Dracula's country. And he'll suck the life out of 3 Luminosity players. It's 7 now for NaVi.
Yeah, this is where things get interesting. So we've seen so many force buys from Luminosity. Money's still not stabilized. Only going to get $1,900 this round on top of the $1,400 they received last time. So Quasi-buy coming in. For anyone that's new, that just means trying to stabilize the money, keep it around $2,000. You can justify the Tech 9, some utility, possibly body armor as well, and you can see what you can do with the rounds. The money you'll get next round still means you get a nice full buy. So they will have 2 smokes to play with and Tech 9s. They'll be going towards long once again, but the aggression coming in towards short from Guardian. Great shot to take down coldzera. Zeus gets one of his own as well. Flamey should be able to take down Fallen as well as he makes his way towards B with very low HP indeed.
Yeah, this is an easy short pick for Flamey, and it is done down and gone for Fallen. It's left to Fur, who traditionally speaking has been the top-rated player in majors for Luminosity. And obviously the story, Luminosity's that great shot to take down Zeus, but at this point looking just for utility and now potentially to save that M4. Again, Luminosity, the story in majors has been so good. Good flash. Now he's actually making this interesting. I'll shut up about my point and come back to it because there's a real chance with this M4 he can find yet another kill and does. Guardian's gone. This is 1 versus 5, now down to 1-on-2. 54 seconds as well. He has the bomb in his hands, no armor. But he's going to get closer and closer onto this A site, picking up the smoke as well. That's going to allow him to smoke off that cross. Seized has to fall back off of it. Doesn't spot Fur. Getting past. And the last one, he's actually read this correctly based on timing. Could be on the flank and is out toward long. He's surely going to at least get a plant out of this. Trying to be as docile as a lamb about getting information. Just creeping as quietly as ever. As both players, they haven't found this. This is brilliant. Fur's going to try and cut back toward the B site.
The thing is, he's only got 15 seconds now to play with. Really just needs to work out how he's going to do this one. Time running away. Needs to find his kill. Does spot a CT. I don't think he actually would know he's there. This is going to be the crescendo of this round as he comes in, finds the kill to Flamey as well. 1-on-5 could have become the dream.
Seas has to run. Seas can't die right now. 4 seconds. Fur can't plant. Needs to find him. Here's him drop the smoke. And oh my God, if he had pulled that off. It is Seas to bail his team out in the end. And Fur.
Wow.
That's incredible.
We assumed that round was over. One man in a Tech 9 in a 1-on-5 situation brings it down to a 1-on-1 with, 4 seconds to go. There's a real possibility for them to do that. That was absolutely fantastic scenes. And Fur could have actually thrown a complete spanner in the works there. But here we go then. Goes to the next gun round. Currently 8-3 in favor of NaVi. Sees looking down middle once again. Should be able to find the shot. Takes down Fallen. He's the point man for Luminosity. It's a 5-on-4 once again. And now Guardian gets... Oh, it's actually Zeus that takes down Fur as well. Gives it a 5-on-3 situation in favor of NaVi. Great opening picks here. Seems to be going in the favor of NaVi almost every single time.
Steel's going to wait inside mid this time. They're going to want this early pressure on Catwalk as well, just to swarm them off. They know they've got them limited. They've got them back against the ropes. Take away the map control. They haven't really been too aggressive about peeking through this door once. Luminosity do manage to establish a presence in mid, but they just contain them. They've been very smart about their defense in that sense, not taking too many risks at all and getting caught off. And they'll just wait again this time for the 2 players to push through the mid doors. Interestingly, though, they have gone more passive on A, back toward long, just based on timing.
Right now, the CT's just trying to get his information, delay the T's as long as they can. Push is coming out from middle now. Flamey just needs to get the call off, but...
This is the thing, though. By sending 3 to do it, they are able to walk out toward the ramp. It's a good thing they found the first pick by Guardian, because now they've opened up the site, brought it back to a 2 versus 3. If they hadn't done that, it's a 3-on-3 on a B site retake. At least Guardian gives them a slight chance here, but again, if they hadn't rotated 3 to look for that information, it might not have even come this far. And Bolt's taking down Zeus. It's entirely doable for Luminosity after being 2 men down to start the round. Guardian's going to try and smoke deep so he can push through himself, get the op in position, but Cold's ready for it when he walks through the door, and Bolt gets Edward coming in. It's all gone wrong for NaVi.
I don't even know how that happens. NaVi get the first 2 picks there. Looks like the round's all tied up. They're playing it perfectly, so passive, making the T's force the issue there, but maybe it was a little bit too passive. By the time they got to the B doors, Flamey had no idea. I preferred his position towards window. Just take the chance and at least get the intel to fall back. Here's the opening pick on your screen. We assumed the round was tied up at that point, but that 3-on-5 getting towards B through the split was absolutely sensational there from Luminosity, and it's going to actually break the economy of NaVi as well. They're going to be down to 1 AWP on Guardian. It's the force buy, and the Deagles for everyone else. Furs open things up, takes down Zeus, and now it's their time to sit back and wait for the mistake to be made from the CTs. First gets another one as well. Takes down Edward there, and that should be the round tied up. But you never know with this game so far, Matt. It's been a roller coaster ride so far.
Nothing is secure right now. And the point I was going to make about Fur before that incredible play, how timely was that he's been slightly overshadowed in this tournament by Cold. So with him rolling and the skill that those 2 players possess, Luminosity are absolutely a threat. As it looks, they'll get one more round to pull it back to 8-5. Fairly respectable scoreline, considering, like you say, how back and forth it's been. It's definitely going to continue on the second half. So if they can get towards 6 even on this T side, I would be very proud and respected toward them.
Well, this is it. We go into round number 14 now. How is a NaVi going to buy into this? They had about 3,500 average across the board. Will be buying up with the Famises, 2 M4s, and a Scout once again on Guardian. So relentless buying here in this series on dust2 so far. It's been a really exciting affair. Fallen with the AWP. We haven't really seen him set the scoreboard on fire. It has to be said, 1 for 11 for him. But it doesn't matter. His teammates have been stepping up elsewhere. So he's going to be making his way towards long doors. 3 CTs waiting for him. He's looking for that aggression, though. Not going to be presenting himself. Should be smoked off here. Maybe forced to go back to middle, but there it is. They will be falling back now. And you can see the CTs pushing the B tunnel. Steal is ready for them, though. Picks up one. Gets taken down by Flame. He neutralizes the situation, but that actually favors the T's now, as the CTs have to be spread thin.
Exactly. Pulls that second rifler off the A site, gives them more room to work with on Catwalk, but Guardian finding that pick on bolts completely neutralizes that effect. And suddenly they're limited again on the T side. coldzera, watch for that smoke to go out, is going to be the first one to run in. Has the knife. That indicates immediately he's looking for the fast bunny hop off the bricks and manages to evade Guardian and getting down below. But Zeus, he's managed to push up. He's gone between them. They didn't spot the bombs inside. He's not going to be ready for this. Fallen's not going to have that call. So Zeus just stabs him in the back. And it will now give them even more of an advantage with that map control. Fur fights back and at least opens up an opportunity for himself to rejoin his teammate, but it's still not a done deal. He's got to go a long way to do it. This is interesting, though, because the thought is to go back through T-spawn. I've got CT. We know they're rotating to B. They don't expect Edward to be going there. They thought he would go through the tunnels, and unfortunately, they were a little bit too clever for their own good.
Yeah, really nice reaction there from Edward, making sure he's locking up every single possibility, finds the kill and the bomb as well. coldzera gets one of his own, takes out Guardian, but 15 seconds remaining. This is the round for NaVi to throw away here. He's the top of middle, no bomb. You'd assume he's going to try and grab that AWP and save it, and here he goes. And that's the thing. This is their main AWP, 1 for 12 now. Fallen, one of the superstars on the team, really needing to step up here. No one's stepping up to Guardian as of yet. It comes down to those A splits coming in. That's the only thing that's locking him down, but that's another round on the board for NaVi. Luminosity do save the AWP, so this round is completely thrown away. The money's not great for them. As we enter round number 15, Guardian on 20 for 7. He really has come to life in the quarterfinals there.
Guardian is definitely a high-impact player. Has a habit of showing up in big games. They're going to need him and everyone. I mean, this is a full-on team effort between these guys. Again, tacticians, that shot from Fallen. He said he'd been quiet. He catches C's on the transition over toward B. That's a man down already, and information that B's weakened. But naturally, it's Luminosity, so they won't just overcommit. They'll sit back and play their advantage. They'll see what else they can find on this, and again, they'll fan across the map. Look toward long. They've actually got an opening to push through the cave because they've forced Edward all the way back onto the A platform.
Well, the thing is now the T's need to wait for the CT reaction. It's their chance to regain some control here. The CTs need to do something here. So, waiting for the mistake as they have a look towards long as well. If they can gain the control of that part of the map, it even makes things harder for the CTs if they're so isolated towards that A side once they get control of long.
Again, this is what we expect. Just slow, steady, very careful gameplay. Fur's going to get flashed out, take the peek toward long. Now they know they've got room to work with. Pit completely cleared as well. No one in potential sleeper range, I would say, to stab them again when they walk down, surprise them, and flank them. A careless check, but transition and encounter at Catwalk heaps up. The first 2 shots were missed, so Zeus actually gets back into Fallen. Again, that AWP not really coming into play. Got that opening pick in the round, but couldn't do much about it when they definitely needed to take over Catwalk, because with that it would have taken the retake away. But 3 versus 4, it does slightly give NaVi a chance, but it's only a small chance, as they've got 2 kits to play with, but utilities are gone. They've got to walk in completely blind, and Fur's waiting on the site, does decent damage, although going down, it's enough for Steel to clean up the last 2 kills, and Bolt, he will make it the 9-6 half that they desperately need.
So Fallen getting that important frag to start around could actually be one of the most important frags of the half there. Only gets 2 frags in the end, but that first pick really did make things hard for the CTs. You saw them have to sacrifice the long area. T's went out there, and you saw Fallen go for that distraction towards short as well. Smoking towards mid, pulled CTs away from the A-bomb site, made things very easy for his team to get the bomb down and get things done on the A-bomb site. Great play from Steel there, picking up 2 frags towards the end of the round. That's a decent half for both teams, I'd say. No one's going to be particularly happy with it, but it's definitely something to work with for Luminosity here. We go into the second half. They're going to the CTs now. And they're going to be looking to get this one. We saw the aggression from NaVi work out for them. That's very standard these days. Boost 2 up to short, just to gain that intel towards middle. If you don't even get any frags, you can kind of predict what's going on, whether it's going to be a heavy B side or potentially long. So expect to see more of that, but it's more interesting for me what NaVi are going to present on the T side. Will they go for the straight up rush or something more methodical and tactical as we expect?
Yeah, definitely, I would say more to the latter. The interesting thing is it is dust2, though. It's not necessarily the map we consider the tactician's map.
This is the thing, like, obviously it's a very fast and loose play style depending on how you want to approach it. You do have the opportunity to do some extra executions towards the A bomb site, for example. Walls of smoke can come in, and we actually saw Luminosity play some very simple rounds there. They relied on the fact they knew Guardian was on that A ramp almost every single time, so smoking off towards CD spawn, flashing him off, pincering the bomb site like that worked out for them in the end, but it was just so many force buys going in. It doesn't really allow for much of a tactical game, Matt, so it means that you're always on the Galils, you're always on the AKs, you don't have the utility, you know the CTs are weak on money as well. Every single round felt like it was a clutch situation, so no team really got the money rolling too heavily, so that's an interesting thing. That's why the tactical part of it doesn't really come into effect.
And one of the only rounds they could have kept 5 alive was when it was Fur.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't win that round, which would have been the
so
absolute play of the weekend.
So much money,
exactly.
right?
It cost them so much money, so it kept that game style rolling and capitalized on it all the way to the end, even the last round going back to Luminosity after losing the 2 previous. So 9-6, we'll see what they can do. Watch the pistol buy, this will indicate.
Let's have a look then. So we have NaVi starting on the T side now. 9 rounds, play 6 in their favor. Looking at the bar, we have 3 players on the armor. It's going to be Guardian on utility, and Zeus as well is going to be purchasing a smoke grenade. So something more tactical perhaps. You can see them heading towards the B side of the map. I'd imagine it's a B split. That can be very standard on a pistol round as well. It's going to be 1 player towards top of middle, so be Guardian. Just looking for that push as we talked about towards short. That's going to happen. It's going to be Bolts looking towards lower B, and this may work out for him, you know.
Exact same setup that NaVi did with the 2 players waiting on catwalk as well. So look for the another 1-2 situation. Bolts will watch lower while Fur takes the peek up toward top mid. Doesn't spot anyone initially because NaVi has since slowed down. 4 players inside those tunnels. Smoke off on catwalk. They won't be able to spot them running out now, and that means Fur needs to hit the shot at top mid. If he doesn't, they'll quickly swarm on his position. But they've got the second player out of B to hold off the doorway as well, but he's gone already. Flamey's already through and Cold's down. Now they'll swarm on that B site, like you said. It is going to be the split play. And with the smoke on CT, that even further limits Luminosity's ability to get back into it early, to cut them off. It's going to be up to Steel in the site. He does do great damage. 2 down already. Has to swap pistols, but Bolt! Oh, if you've ever had a friend, Bolt was absolutely Steel's best right there. And Bolt will close the round. That was incredible.
How did that go down? It seemed like NaVi had control of that round completely, getting the first pick there as they came out towards mid. Looked like that site was there for the taking, but somehow still staying alive to find those 2 frags. And like you said, Bolt's coming in and saving the day as well. NaVi unable to find any more than 1 from that, and that's really surprising. This playman still, he's in the worst position he possibly could be in for a player coming from window. Finds 1 for a sensational shot on the Flamey as well, and it's going to force NaVi onto the force buy with Desert Eagles. They've got armor as well. Having a look towards the buy of LG, they've got auto shotguns, MP7s and FAMASs, all to play for still. We know what damage players like Guardian can do with that Desert Eagle in hand. Still going to spot some players towards B tunnels. Presumably going to go for a face here as well. Let's see what he goes for.
That's the type of round, that last one, where this is just going to amp Luminosity, get them completely rolling. Shotgun for Fur. This is interesting. He's going to try and get that push on the long cave, but once he goes beyond that, out toward mid, it is a long-range fight still for him. Either way, Guardian's gotten Steel down already in mid-cold. Here we go again, Henry. I mean, the pistols. That's 2 kills to start it off. Very similar to what we saw Luminosity do in the first half. And again, that shotgun couldn't do much once it pushed beyond that long position. Cold, though, great shot with the MP7. He takes down Zeus. Gets back to at least a 3-on-4. Edward, the only gun picked up is going to be that shotgun, so we'll be talking about it all round. Whether or not it has an effect is yet to be determined. Bomb is going to come back out to the B tunnel. It's going to take the long rotation all the way back through T-spawn, which means with 30 seconds, it's very likely they're going to commit to A, and they will. 2 players up catwalk already. Bolt swats the first flame. He's down. Is that going to be enough to completely silence NaVi? Because time is now the enemy. And it's very common that NaVi do this. They wait so long that they have to commit, and if they don't find the early picks,
oh my God,
they do there. It often shuts itself down, but Cold does find C's. Bomb's going to approach from the same angle, up past catwalk. And Cold's forced back to the CT spawn, so they will get this bomb plant left in a 2-on-2. And they picked up the FAMAS on Guardian as well. Is that going to be enough to push it over the edge? Cold, great jump shot. Never mind, the FAMAS down already as he hits him from elevator. And they know Edward's out toward long, so as such, they're putting the last player in that position to try and push through the long doors. Edward does do damage on the Cold. Oh, he hits Fallen. What a brilliant shot, and it's 1 HP, but Cold, even better with the MP7.
How many jump shots did he get in 1 round of the MP7? 1 towards short, 1 on the bomb site, and finishes the player off on the pit as well. That's absolutely amazing from Cold Tower. What a game is this be? Going down to a 5-on-3 situation, manages to pull it off as well. What a game we have on our hands, Matt. And they get straight back into this. Oh my God, this is such a roller coaster. Getting the bomb down for NaVi, it means they're not completely done for money here. Looks like they're going for yet another buy. And these picks from Guardian, Edward taking down the auto shotgun player towards A as well. Oh, this is going to be a very close call as to who's going to win this one. We go to 9-8. AK-47's coming out once again. It's going to be yet a force buy. Tech-9s, AKs, not much utility. And LG definitely lacking on money as well as they have the shotguns and FAMASs. Another round, I couldn't tell you which way it's going to go.
There's absolutely, it's so hard to make a prediction for us right now because every round has something either incredible.
How can I analyze jumping MP7 shots happening, what, 2 or 3 times in one round? That just doesn't happen normally, but there we go. It was defining in that one.
Extremely exciting to watch, though. That has to be said. I mean, this is definitely, I mean, right now, there's no camera on us, but we are both on our feet, and we've been on our knees at times in this match. Has Fallen. He's playing on that ledge so he can go for the quick drop. He's going to go for it early, actually, even though he has the shotgun, so hoping that he might push through the smoke. He thinks better of that decision. He'll go support Bolts instead, who has the rifle inside CT spawn.
Well, this time, looks like NaVi will be going towards mid once again. They have got smoke grenades to play for. It's going to have to be the simple play, though, smoking off CT spawn. Just want to walk out and gain as much time as they possibly can before they show their hand here. Bolts jumping, trying to get intel.
And they are slowly pushing onto that position. Peculiar, though, he's gone around. Watch Steel pushing out for the B tunnels. There's one in the corner. They do find Seized. That could have been tragedy. Yeah, brilliant from them, but it could have been gone so poorly the other way. And it, again, wouldn't be surprising in a match like this. Trades coming in, still favoring NaVi, as Guardian now finds Fallen. They've taken over the B site. And again, it's the team with the disadvantaged weaponry to start it off, who now has complete control of the situation. Both players coming from mid, both with kits, but they need to find a way through the tight choke points, and already Flamey disallows access from Bolts. Is security going to allow Fur to slip in undetected? He's already had one incredible round, which he came up just so narrowly short on. He could have lined them up there, but it's not to be. Time was as such that they were just looking to exit. Guardian spots him on the way out, and NaVi do hold on to this desperate lead.
Yeah, we saw the CTs completely sacrifice middle there. The call came in, push into upper B, see what information we can gather. They find the first pick on the C's as well, but the thing is, they actually went towards back into B bomb, so the timing was horrible. They still had no one watching their flank there, and they come into an absolute slaughter at the B tunnel choke point there. So you can see finally, NaVi have a chance to breathe. It's not going to be a force buy from Luminosity, but 2 recon players on the MAC-10. This could be Edward and Flamey. Long picks coming in from Guardian, utilizing that spawn he had just to get that first kill onto Bolts as well. It looks like the B push coming in from the terrorist side now, so that distraction is going to work out great for NaVi here.
Great dink onto Flamey. Still manages to pick up the kill on Steel, though, but as you like to say, Henry, the snake in the grass and all this is cold, but he gets found in that smoke. If he had been undetected with a low HP player in this side and anyone else not looking his direction, that could have turned into a quick double as well, but bomb's going to go down. And this time, maybe the guns are enough. Fur's managed to at least pick up an AK. I imagine he's going to try and hold on to this, but with 4 players alive, hunting seems to be the name of the game because everyone's left that B site. And they're very quickly evaluating the situation and assessing all possible positions that he could hide, and all that's left to check right now is Pit, so surely this will be a confrontation at one point. And how does the MAC-10 from that range win against the AK?
It happens a lot this game, but there should be a double EK from Luminosity coming in. They get 1,400 from the last round. They have brought up some upgraded pistols. You can see about 3K average across the team there, so yeah, they will be going for another little quasi-buy here, so that means an upgraded pistol, that's about it. The interesting thing about that round was they're getting NaVi working into that B bomb site. Guardian, one of the things about dust2 as well, the spawns can be very important. If you get that long spawn, you can get there before the CTs, gather intel, find that first pick, and the rest of his team got into the B bomb site after that. So this should be another simple round here. Sees this time going to be the point man towards long. You see the CTs pushing offshore here, actually going towards the top of middle as well. The bombs at T-spawn. This could be dangerous for NaVi, you know. If they manage to find this bomb carrier towards that T-spawn, which is Guardian with the AWP, this could be worrying. C's coming back to back him up though, so maybe not too dangerous as of yet. He's actually going to find some of the CT players here.
Yeah, this is the thing. Guardian's just going to cut them off. C's knows it. They've got that information. Still the flank, although seemingly clever, doesn't really amount to much. Decent damage done, you could say, on NaVi, but with men falling everywhere right now. Aside from Fallen, I'll just, as I say it, he goes down for Luminosity. It's not looking likely. 2 men left alive. Bolt's now the only with 9 HP. And now this. Okay. I'm not even going to suggest what I was going to suggest, Henry, because I was about to say this is finally a round where 5 could be alive again and start to stabilize economy. And then what does Bolts do? 2 headshots from the Deagle. There really is no predicting this match right now. He's picked up an AK. Although this time it's less likely than Fur's situation because the bomb was heading toward the site. He has to do the reverse play and be defensive disadvantaged. Edward finds him, and it will now be 12 rounds for NaVi. 4 ahead. Remember, this at one point in time came to a one-on-one situation, which would have put it at 10-9 and broken the economy for
I want
NaVi.
to see how this shot looked from Bold Screen. How did he not die there? 9 HP with a rifle spraying down at him. Comes actually capitalizes on that situation. Fantastic stuff from him. But finally, we have a traditional gun round going forward. It's going to be an AWP and EVA team. Fallen still yet to really have any impact here. 3 frags for him after 21 rounds. It's going to be a time for him to wake up. Zeus going towards middle, trying to gather intel here. Actually challenging the AWP player. That's going to be Fallen. A lot of pressure being applied here. Fallen not really showing his hand just yet. Misses another shot there and actually takes down the scope of Guardian. That's absolutely huge there. Flamey going to take him down in response though. So neutralizes the situation. Definitely in favor of the T's now. And that response is fantastic.
Well done
from back as well.
Yeah, and I think Cold was expecting that push to come through. He spotted the barrel of the gun on that trade against Fallen, but wasn't willing to take the peek. Either way, it works out. For getting that pick, they still get a man advantage. They can sit tight now on the CT side. They just have to... I mean, they don't even have to commit, but look at this flank. They are going to go for it. Fur has pushed out even further. He's playing very, very aggressive, passively aggressive at that, and he's going to walk up on them yet again. Flamey goes down, though, as the AK reigns supreme, but look at the HP. 1 for Flamey, 10 for Zeus. And although there's only 1 extra player on the opposite side, it surely is not going to happen. Bomb gets dropped in Cold. He'll finish out the round, and they'll get toward 9, and we're going to get a pause immediately. And it's from Seized. Interesting. I don't imagine with money in the bank.
I think it's obviously like there's a problem going on there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I can't imagine this is tactical.
If Fur's allowed to push into those sort of areas and stuff like that, and then, well, no, I'm saying it may be tactical in that sense. I'm not really sure what's going on. We're sure we'll get confirmation there, but it's a little bit questionable. Obviously, it goes under the 4-on-4. They have the advantage technically there, and they're actually not thinking about any sort of flanks coming in. Fur essentially coming in from the back, undetected whatsoever. They get sprayed down, pincered towards the mid area. Seems like they're actually in a difficult situation there. Fallen sort of arrives that round. He gets 1, and it gets taken down straight away. So it really needs Luminosity really need him to wake up. The good thing for them as well, though, is Fur has stepped up. So is Steel. coldzera not having the most impact as he did against Cloud9, but still a strong game for him. Guardian now on 26 frags.
Fallen's on 4, though. I mean, that's big...
unheard of. Like so most people say, oh, he's the in-game leader and stuff like that, but we don't expect that from him. We expect him to be lights out with the AWP, bringing the game to them, being that aggressive, close-range, shotgun-style AWP in the sense. So we're not really seeing that from him. He's very passive, and he looks almost contained right now.
The fact that they're as close as they are on the scoreboard right now at 12-9 and him only with 4 kills, I mean, imagine if he could have won more duels against Guardian, if he could have found a few more picks with that AWP to open things up, this could be a very different game.
So this is a tactical balls coming from NaVi. I would imagine we know how emotional Zeus can be there. As a tactical leader myself, I would have been outraged at what just happened there. The fact they had that, like I said, they had the advantage. All they did need to play it slow, wait for the reaction from the CT. They seem to have forgot some of the fundamentals of holding the key areas. Long is always an area. It's either B tunnels or long. The CTs will try and actually gather and work out what's going on. The backstab comes in. They didn't see it coming, and it completely fell apart from them from that point.
And I made the call that probably wasn't, but if you're right, and obviously you are now, that's very impressive in game leading because they won the 3 previous rounds. It's not like they are on tilt yet, but why wait until it's too late? We see lots of teams don't even use the pauses when they're absolutely getting dominated. You think that they should just slow it down, regroup. He's using it early because he wants to keep the lead, so hats off to him. I think that's quite clever in this situation.
Well, the thing is as well, LG get this pause as well, so expect something a little bit different from them as well. This is the time for me, as the leader, I'd be saying, okay, we want to take the game to them. Their adaptation coming in, they're going to be trying to mix things up, maybe going for a set piece onto A. Let's push off to short once more. Let's take the game towards them. Let's see what we can find. But it looks like we will be getting back in this one. It's quite a long pause. We know Zeus can be iron fist at times. You can see the emotion on his face quite heavily in all these big games, but I wonder what's going through his mind right now.
And we know Starix for a while as well was doing some calling quite recently as well. In the last month even, they were using him as a calling. So he's got some good input. For those of you who don't know and don't follow the scenes, Starix was actually a member of this team, so he knows them very well. He's actually the ideal coach in this situation. Player that came in, Flamey to replace him. Has had some ups and downs, hasn't exactly been consistent, but throughout the course of this tournament, I think he's been quite impressive.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But headline act so far, we called it before. Guardian's play guy is dust2. He really is setting the scoreboard on fire. 26 frag for him. We will be getting back into this one though. So NaVi on 12 rounds, LG on 9. Money still going to be strong in both camps. You can see the AWP comes out on Guardian. Fallen as well. And what are they going to bring to the table after this pause? Obviously a little bit of frustration after that fundamental round and errors being made. And there we go, then coldzera could be jumping across big doors. And there's the pick coming in. No damage done as of yet.
And only one able to get past that. Of the 3 that they thought might want to, but Cold's is actually just going to wait and hold this angle. We saw this trade play last time when Fallen was there with the AWP. Seized is getting in position on the opposing side of the door. Fallen jumps across, at least spots one, but he wants to get back onto the A site. There's no aggression out toward long, so Cold, he's actually going to defensive smoke this just to buy them a little more time to go on that rotation. They're going to bring the second rifle over as a result, so just about slowing them down at this point.
Yeah, you can see them just trying to bait out all the CT utility they can, utilizing the time. Getting towards short now. This is the wall of smokes, it looks like, as predicted. They've taken the pause there. They want to eliminate any potential threats on the A-bomb site. Possibly drop down as well and pin to the side like that. Bolts will be waiting for them.
This is actually almost the best spot you could be in. It's definitely going to be the drop. Knifes out already. Fast movement speed. Fallen doesn't spot it, but does take him down before Bolt sees it. Did do damage, Bolt, but couldn't secure the kill, and that means Flamey, the second man in, so double drop, is going to overtake this A position. First still at long, so good retake position, but with him down, it becomes almost impossible at this point. Luminosity, they're still even smoked out in CT, and on top of that, they got Edward flanking it. Cold is trapped in position. He's sure to go down in just any second, as it will be 13 rounds from NaVi, so taking the timeout while they're in the lead. Okay, no safe bet at all in this game, but taking that timeout while they're in the lead, they respond swiftly, and they're within 3 of taking map 1.
Really nice execution there. That's actually almost the perfect play. We saw them set up quite nicely, Bolts and Fallen, but this is the thing. When you drop down through the smoke, flashbangs as well, you make the AWP fall back, you isolate the player towards CT spawn, Flamey makes light work, and then 3 frags for him. We were just talking about him. What a round of step up that is as well. After that 1-round win, it's only going to give LG $1,400 going into this round, so another eco for them. Got some Deagles and P250s. You'd assume this round is a foregone conclusion for NaVi. Going to make their way fast down middle. That's a really questionable decision. Why take the games to them? coldzera picked up the first frag. He may be able to get 2 here as well. Got to fall back. There's some reasonable damage, but disappointing frag to give away there from NaVi. Not the round they had to actually do that. This is the one where you feel like they have a lot more control of that than that.
And putting this at 14-9 with how back and forth it's been. Those 3 rounds that they got consecutively, and being able to win that last round, just giving them that economic control, that may be enough for NaVi, but we'll see if this works out. So far, like you said, that early pick going to the pistols, Edward.
That's crazy to give that pick away. You know the money system works, and they've got nothing to play with.
And
just hold back and wait.
I was about to say, Edward's pushing through suicide, but they've got a player already pushed towards CT. He knows it. He's definitely got some sort of inkling that there is a player toward his own spawn. He's going to keep his attention turned in that direction, and although they're trying to push through the B tunnels to compensate, get more information, trap them in mid even further, it's not going to work out. Edward gets that kill, and now the 2 players, although they're fast on the heels of the NaVi players in tunnels, they're going to get there after they've lost mid, which means they'll be further away, but they actually do catch at least one. Zeus goes down, sees he gets steal before any further damage can be applied to Guardian, who is in the line of sight of the player that his teammate ended up killing. And Fur, although he's picked up an AK, is left alone 1-on-2. Has a chance to go for this. No kit, no armor, smoked off already. Every utility being deployed. They know exactly where he's coming from. Bomb's gone down on the site. They're going to try and shuffle over toward long. He spots the first player in transition, so that's at least a little bit more information and a better chance of how to approach this situation, on how to bait out one and leave the other insignificant in the play, but already spotted by Guardian, and it's an AWP now in that pit. He's managed not to hit the first 2 shots on Common right now from Guardian. He actually lets his teammate go down because of it, but regains his composure, and it will be NaVi's round.
You can see the look of Guardian's face. He can't believe how that round went down. They had literally nothing to play with there. They run out towards middle, give away an easy frag. And the thing is as well, there's 2 of them there. If you're going to commit like that, at least get through with your teammate and take him down with you. Like, you can't allow a CT with a P250 to kill your teammate and you just fall back and just be static. You need to be committing to that one. But there we go. The questionable decision is rectified, but it cost them a lot of money there. You can see it reflecting on their bank accounts as well. The CTs are able to buy into this. It's not the best buy though. Only 1 kit, a couple of Famishes chucked in there. And what's the round going to be for NaVi this time? Touching distance of map points. 1 more required for that. This boost coming in from the CTs. Guardian, he's aware of it though, maybe. He's going to be making his way up, looking towards them.
This boost.
Here it comes. He spotted it. There it is. The first pick comes in coldzera. Huge scalp to take.
Such a risk, that boost.
I'm not a fan of it.
I know, you always say that, and you're 9 times out of 10, you're right. I mean, that one time it works out, it looks brilliant, but it seldom does. It's become such one of those classic boosts that it's very rarely not checked.
Yeah, like you have to be very lucky to get away with that position. You saw Guardian just coming in almost pre-firing it. Actually sees the backpack before he sees the player. So man advantage to them. Obviously the CT reaction coming in, you can see they need to be pushing B tunnels or something. They can't allow the T's to have full control of the map like this. So they need to decide how they're going to respond as NaVi make their way up towards short. There'll be 1 player waiting for them.
Watch Fur though. because he takes Edward on the first one. I thought they would try and apply more pressure. Bomb was there as well. If he had taken that second kill and dropped the bomb inside the cave, it would have been almost done deal. But Fur, he does push through, so going aggressive again, manages to catch Zeus, and Fur's got Flamey as well. This is remarkable stuff. Fur's got seized his second 4K, and Bolts will take down Guardian. That's 8 kills over 2 rounds. Very different rounds, mind you, but this time it pays off, and that's absolutely clutch.
I hope we can see a replay of that. We didn't see any of those kills from Fur. That's 4 for him. I'm not even sure how that went down. There was 1 player towards long, that's where they went, and somehow with an M4A4, he takes down all 4 of them. Here we go then. This is probably what happened. So, finds one on the crossfire.
Came back down, played that car position and the rifle. That's hard to do. I mean, it's not like the AWP where it's just a single shot. You've got to put a lot of time and effort into it. So surprised that he almost didn't get pushed from long while he was occupied.
So NaVi making the decision here to get the AWP out on Guardian. The rest of the guys on pistols, obviously he had a lot more money, so he's going to find the first pick as well. This investment paying dividends so far. As it goes to the 5-on-4, it's going to be falling towards middle. Hasn't got the orb this time, going to be on the rifle.
Surely it can't happen again where the disadvantaged side walks away with yet another round,
know,
specifically
right?
to put them on map point. That would just absolutely devastate Luminosity's economy.
If they win this round, it's pretty much GG. They won't have literally any cash whatsoever. They're going to be walking out here. The man who's been very quiet all game is going to be falling.
They're ready. They're going to check this. Pistol's already in place. They know they want to try and get this early shot, but I was surprised they didn't actually commit more to it. I would have thought they would have run in. What a shot from Guardian, though! Bye-bye, Fallen. Thank you very much. As they'll re-grab the bomb, and 2 players left for NaVi will head toward the B site. There is 1 CT player waiting, though, and good flash through. Is Guardian going to get caught by this? No, Steel. He won't follow it up, but he is in the unorthodox side of the entry point, hugging that wall, and Guardian with the scope in. If he even steps out, spotting the gun barrel, Steel's going to have that easy headshot, and it works out favorable. Zeus, bomb in hand, 30 seconds to work with, 1-on-3.
Yeah, same thing again from NaVi there. He should be taken down here. They walk out towards middle. They had 2 Tech-9 players and an orb, so the obvious call for me is send the 2 Tech-9 players first, scout it. They let 1 go through. The orb obviously didn't want to get sacrificed, so they just gave away a man for free. Not able to get the response, because that position Fallen's in should be a 1 and done, really. And that wall bang, though, from Guardian, fair enough. He does well to get that kill back, so can't really argue with that one, but it's actually going to force NaVi onto yet another Tech-9 buy here. No AWP this time, so utility in hand, though. Double orbs that are coming in from LG is when they actually get to their strongest. It's not going to be on the back foot with the Famouses and stuff, so definitely still a chance for them to level things out.
This is far from done.
Yeah.
The way this game's been going, even if it hits 15, it's far from done.
This is interesting, though. Actually, looking at they're pushing into B tunnels, they're actually going to decide against that. I think they probably realized, guys, we've actually got the economic advantage here. Don't throw it away by giving the first kill to them.
Interesting as well. They know how much pressure that they've put on the CT side of mid, that they stacked 3 toward the top of middle, just waiting for that pick.
Yeah.
No one exposes themselves, so now they're just going to push up, take catwalk, and we haven't seen this approach for a while. The last time they did it was the double drop strategy, where Flamey was able to open up the site. Fur's going to be the man down below that has to support Fallen in this situation. He's going to lob a nade up as well, but it's not quite close enough. Blunders the smoke. That's a problem. Because now they can control the peak, so good thing they had a second one in position, because they're able to put that out. It allows Flamey to commit, but it also means that he's further exposed toward that quad position. First drop comes in. Where's the kill? Fur, he's got to do what he does. He takes 2 through 1, and Fur's got a 3rd one down there as well. Brilliant stuff. That is exactly what they need, but still, somehow, NaVi manages to pick up the kills to at least get on the site. It's not going to be enough, though. C's trapped inside the spawn, has to fight his way out of this. He has to match Fur's effort in taking 3. That's the first one. And with Bomb, 27 seconds, he's got to pick quickly exactly how he wants to do this. And fortunately, if he does pick quick, he's got both CT players divided, so it's essentially 2 1-on-1s. Bolts playing from Goose. He may get overlooked in this situation if C's doesn't spot it, and that's exactly the case. Bolts will close it out, but good effort from C's nonetheless.
That just came down to Fur, down in that CT pit, and it just seems like Fallen's having an absolute stinker here. Like, he actually got players on his screen, not even looking at him. He's missing key shots here. First is by himself. You can hear whiff shots flying by from the orb, and then luckily for Fallen, Fur does step up there, and it's a nice 2-on-1 to finish things off, but he really needs to wake up here. But they win the round, 14 plays 12. Orb comes in from Guardian now. Still going to be a double orb for Luminosity as well. Pretty standard round coming in so far. Looks like no team's presenting anything particularly special here. As NaVi just hold the key positions, waiting for any CT aggression to come in.
He's going to, again, just take this slow approach to get toward that mid door, coming back down through the tunnels. And standard formation, nothing out of character from either side right now. I guess the only difference is exactly what we're seeing on screen. Fallen putting a little bit more pressure on this catwalk position. But no one's going to be exposed from that, as well as getting flashed back. He has to give up that control of Cat, allow them a little bit closer. The problem is from NaVi's side, that Molotov doesn't allow them to capitalize on the fact that the AWP wouldn't be out toward the car, that it would be out of position. So they'll just continue to sit back and allow this round to play into their favor in another situation. Cold's down on 36. That might also contribute to things, as he is holding that second op.
Guardian coming into base here. Both players missing their shots here, but they're aware of the setup now. It's going to be bolts towards CT spawn waiting for them. Are they going to commit to this area as they smoke him off? This could be a great play from NaVi. They're actually going to fake this and make their way towards A. This is actually pull CT players apart. It's all going to come down to Fallen again. He has the AWP towards Car, missing a lot of shots so far. Edward taking down and here we go.
But Bolt, he heard them, so he does miss that. Fallen's able to get first. Bolt this time who's on the ramp. He's got to come up big as well. He's got one already. They try to continue to drop, and somehow that AWP still doesn't connect. Finally, he's going to turn it elsewhere. Never mind the drop. I'll just do what I can at long, and it pays off. Cold with the second op will find Guardian instead. Although Flamey's on the site, he's actually killed the player protecting the bomb, so it's regrabbable. Flash is timed correctly, but Steel, he can't close this off. Like you say, though, 5 seconds. And Flamey with 2 to go. Steel has an opportunity here. He should almost take the risk and try and peek him after the round. He actually does that. We don't see it on screen. We do. Okay, we switched it back. Thank you, producer. It doesn't work out, and that does mean we are 1 round the difference late.
Yeah, the problem for NaVi is as well, they need to make the decision now. What do? They've got 1 AWP to play with. Guardian's obviously going to take that. The rest of the guys can't really justify buying up in this one. They still have 1 round to play with, so taking this round on the chin is not a problem. Try and do as much economical damage to the CTs as they can. Looks like Fallen will be boosted up towards short again. Didn't go too aggressive last time, was holding this quite a passive angle. This time he's going straight towards the top of mid. He wants to close this one out. Can he do it? Find his first frag. There's not going to be any terrorists waiting for him just yet. The T's actually make their way out towards long with the AWP as well, so not have any presence there from the counter-terrorist side whatsoever. So they actually have an opportunity to gain positional control here, maybe turn this into an A split. The bomb towards T-spawn though, so this is the play from Fur. He's actually got to B tunnel, so at least he can give information after you can leave B completely. I've got the tunnels locked down. Presume it's an A side attack.
Steel, as you say, going to have to be very, very effective from that position. This is an interesting one as well toward that quad position on A behind him, so very passive hold at long. And NaVi, they'll slowly figure this out, but with no utilities, I mean, Steel will be able to easily spot through this, and Guardian has to hit the shot. He's not going to peek it just yet. The second player as well, not exposed, but Guardian does find Steel's arm sticking out just enough, and it gives yet another pick to the disadvantaged side, allows them to get closer. The bomb's going to approach now. They'll throw it across. Again, there's no smoke, so no risk. Molotov on top of the platform, though, just to make sure that they can't go for the fast plant until the rotations come around, but it's all falling apart. Guardian takes down Cold as well. Fallen has to clutch back in. Fortunately, Fur catches on to the fact that Zeus was waiting for the rotation, because with him gone, there was no chance whatsoever, and it would go to map point that simply. And this is everything. This round dictates so much of what we're about to see in the ensuing. As this tag, he just spots out the hands, but it's good enough for Edward to take down Fallen. It's all left to Fur. 8 HP spotted up in Guardian. What a round from him. Saving that AWP in the last round, and look at the effect it has.
That's the thing on maps like dust2, when you have world-class snipers from Guardian now on 35 frags. He has gone absolutely ham this game. He picks up the AWP, gets the first 3 frags here, and the round just falls apart for Luminosity. It's a sensational performance from him so far, world-class at its best, and it's going to be the pause coming in, I'd assume, from Luminosity. Yep, so Fallen calls the pause again. They've got no money. They're on map points here, 2 to go. They're going to have to force buy into this one map. They have no choice whatsoever, but what is their approach going to be? They have the choice to stack a bomb site, hope for the best after smoking middle, or they play a standard round and hope the Deagles are strong going forward. This has turned out to be such an exciting map here. It's gone all the way. We're down to the wire. Luminosity have to go all in.
No option whatsoever. The good news is we've seen buys like this be quite successful, rather successful.
I would say this is the GG moment now, but considering the talent available on Luminosity, Fur, 29 frags, the rest of the guys on 20. The problem is, once again, Fallen, I thought he would step on his CT side with the defensive AWPing. It's something he can do. He's known for the aggressive stuff, but it seems like he hasn't really stepped up at all. Finished the first half with, what, 2 or 3 frags? Hasn't really done much this half as well. We're going to round number 29.
And this is one of the points I've been making with Luminosity. They've got so much talent, but it seems, again, Fur traditionally in majors has been their best player. The last few months, I'd say even the last probably month and a half, Cold has been outshining him significantly. Fur hasn't been there. Now we have Fur. Where's Fallen? If all 3 of those guys could be absolutely on form at the same time, these guys could take down, I would say, almost anyone, specifically in this tournament. Look what we've seen this weekend.
Well, here we go then. So I'm trying to work out what the options for Luminosity are here. What would I call if I was in this situation? I would say smoke towards middle, try and stack a bomb site. Maybe something can come over, maybe push into towards the B tunnels, try and gain control that way. It seems like they have been able to do that so far. It's an area of NaVi leave quite thinly spread, but we're going to round number 29. This is the moment where NaVi could close things out on this first map, do some decent damage on Steel as well to open things up. That's going to help. No stack coming in for the CT just yet. They're going to be playing a pretty standard round here.
And Steel's holding the Deagle as well. It's the only one. It's 5-7 for Bolt. P250. He's dead. All of them on a different weapon and Fallen. Let's see how the shotgun can play into things. He's actually got that on Catwalk. We saw him there last time, but he was forced off of the ledge early and never really got to use it.
This is better from NaVi. Before we saw them making very questionable decisions on their anti-ecos. Now clearing out areas together.
He spotted the hand. He just barely spotted his hand, so Fallen had to drop.
Just want to make sure they stay as a little team here. If any frags go down, you need to be backing it up. You can't allow a CT to take a weapon away and win that situation. You need to be going to choke points, smoking off key areas, and making sure you go frag for frag into every single area. They have such a huge advantage here, but Fallen somehow finding the first frag. Where's the response coming? He has a player with him. Finally it comes in. Seas takes down Fallen. Neutralizes the situation, but that was almost dangerous once again for NaVi. They are going to smoke out towards middle now. Not really together at all. It looks like they're setting up for something towards B. You can see players rotating in from T-spawn and actually falling off towards shore. Guardian is holding the turret towards mid. The problem is they haven't got any long control right now. He needs to be careful there. He's looking towards it now. And pushes players coming in from CT from shore. Legs him. Should be able to finish it off, but somehow he doesn't.
I was going to say, had to hit that shot, and look at Cole on top of the box. They don't spot him. He's giving his team a really good chance here. Edwards now suddenly in a 1-on-2. Bolt has picked up the AWP, and they're going to try and set something up to shut down this cross from the bomb. But Edward, with that smoke, is going to go for it. 10 seconds. They know he has to commit to this, so they'll push through. Now's their opportunity, and Fur's going to walk forward. Brilliant from Luminosity, and once again, never mind the guns you've got, it's all about the guts you've got.
They just seem to be making these horrible decisions on these anti-eco rounds. They know the money's absolutely wrecked for LG. They just need to do something simple, and they just drag the time down, commit themselves, don't really cover areas, leave people isolated. Coldzera with the boost into it, absolutely goes wild with the P250 there, and what a round to go big as well. So we go into 15-14, it's round number 30, ladies and gentlemen. NaVi onto a force by here, getting everything they can, Galil, smoke grenades, and we'll be taking things a little bit slower. I can see 3 men for the CTs towards long. And then it all comes down to this one. We'll be going to overtime. So many individual performances coming in at the right times from both teams, in fact.
We deserve overtime. We deserve overtime in 3 maps, the way this series has started off. And they're going to stay a little more passive this time with rifles up, but again, I don't know if that's an advantage or a disadvantage in this game. Guardian's gotten very close to these mid doors. And he's so good in these situations. The best, I would say, in the world with a close AWP. We'll see if that's the aggression he wants to take. Coldzera waiting on the other side of that wall. Doesn't have a second rifler in position, so he's going to have a very tough task, as it looks like they do want to commit. Selling the fake as well with those drop smokes on A. They're going to look toward it. Guardian, make sure no one's down there looking at it, because that's, again, where the rifle would normally come in. So the second smoke goes out once it's clear. Cold goes down to Flamey. Guardian does get the trade, though, and now they can just walk into this B site. It's all left to Fur, but Steel, he's gone down already, excuse me. As Zeus, they're going to touch each other in the smoke. Are they going to evade? This could actually still favor Zeus, because now he knows exactly where they are. He can just wait this out. The back's exposed. Fallen might get one, but Zeus, there it is. He just bides his time, and it's an easy shot for him. Knows he's drawn the attention of Bolt. Takes them as well, and NaVi, this has to be their moment. They have to slip away with this map now, but let's not rule it out. It is Fur. We've seen him do incredible individual things in this game already. Bomb's been planted. He's going to walk through this as well. This is risky stuff, but he gets spotted by Edward. And it's NaVi 16-14 in an absolutely brilliant first map.
What